Stop before you react, before you pull away, shut down, or start plotting your next move. Stop. Someone is ignoring you. Your phone sits silent, your messages unanswered. That silence eats at you. You replay every conversation, you search for what you said wrong, you wonder if you were ever worth acknowledging at all. This is where most people lose. Not because they were ignored, but because they responded from emotion instead of strategy. Not every act of dismissal is an attack. Some people ignore you because they are drowning in their own distractions. Others do it out of ego. And some, the most dangerous kind, are deliberately testing your emotional boundaries. Testing whether you will chase, whether you will beg, whether you will crumble. Which one are you facing right now? Machiavelli understood that not every act of dismissal is personal. Some are tests of character. And how you respond to that test reveals everything about your self-mastery. The wolf does not react to every sound in the forest. It observes, it calculates, it waits for the right moment. That is exactly what you must learn to do. Because a misread silence can cost you your dignity. And in the next few minutes, I will show you the exact strategy that separates the dignified from the desperate. Here is where most people make their first critical mistake. They feel ignored, so they chase. They double text, they over-explain, they perform, they shrink themselves just to be noticed. And with every desperate move, they lose more power than they realize. Chasing is not a strategy. Chasing is a confession. It tells the other person exactly how little you value yourself. Machiavelli observed that people rarely treasure what is handed to them freely. What costs nothing is worth nothing. Think about someone in your life who is always available, always responding, always present. Now think about the one who is not. Who holds more power in your mind? This is the principle of strategic withdrawal. You do not disappear in anger. You do not sulk in silence. You simply redirect your energy back to yourself. Become slightly less available, slightly less eager. Stop responding to every message within seconds. Let hours pass. Let them sit with your silence. Observe what happens when you stop performing for someone who is never applauding. Their behavior will tell you everything. Your absence makes them check their phone, wonder where you went, notice when you finally reappear. They reach, they reconsider. Your presence carries weight it never carried before. People respect what they cannot easily access. Become someone worth pursuing, not someone who pursues. And what you do when they finally come back, that is where the real strategy begins. You are still here, which means you are ready to understand something most people never learn. Withdrawal alone is not enough. Disappearing without intention is just absence, and absence without strategy is simply being forgotten. The real power lies in how you return. When you reappear, do not flood them with presence. Do not undo everything your silence built. One poorly timed wave of neediness can erase days of strategic distance. One moment is all it takes. Instead, return deliberately, return selectively. Instead of texting 10 times, send one confident message. Invite them to meet. Keep it brief, keep it calm. Watch how a single composed interaction shifts the entire dynamic. Your presence becomes a spark in a dark room, rare, noticeable, impossible to ignore. Your words, your time, your energy, these must feel like privileges, not guarantees. Ask yourself, have you ever valued someone the moment they became less available? That is not coincidence, that is psychology. When people cannot predict your presence, they begin to crave it. They start investing, they start pursuing. Because the mind obsesses over what it cannot fully possess. Do not give them everything, give them enough to want more. Scarcity is not manipulation, it is self-respect with a strategy behind it. But scarcity alone will not finish this. The next move will tilt the power entirely in your favor. Most people respond to coldness with warmth, to distance with closeness, to silence with noise. They believe that if they give enough attention, enough effort, enough loyalty, the other person will finally soften. They never do. What you tolerate, you teach. What you reward with desperation, you invite to repeat. This is where the psychological mirror becomes your most powerful tool.
You do not match their coldness with rage. You do not retaliate with drama. You simply reflect, calmly, deliberately, exactly the energy they bring to you. If someone goes cold on your messages, do not chase. Reply once, confidently, briefly, then go silent. Watch how they begin to wonder why you are not reacting. Watch how the silence suddenly belongs to you. Your composure reflects their coldness back at them, like a mirror in a quiet room, showing them exactly what they are doing. No anger, no explanation, no performance. This communicates something words never could. It says, I have standards. I will not shrink to accommodate your games. They begin to recalculate. They begin to question themselves. You remain composed. By holding your ground, you create uncertainty. And uncertainty triggers the one thing that changes everything: fear of loss. People rarely neglect what they fear losing. Once they fear losing you, mystery amplifies every step you have already taken. And that brings us to the final principle. Here is the final truth, the one most people never discover. You have been taught to explain yourself, to justify your feelings, to make others comfortable with who you are, to overshare, overclarify, and overperform just to be understood. Stop. Right now. Stop. Every time you over-explain, you give away your power. You hand someone the blueprint to your mind, and people do not respect what they can fully map. Mystery is not deception. Mystery is discipline. Reveal less than you know. Feel less than you show. Say less than you could. Machiavelli knew this. Think about the most powerful person in your workplace. They do not announce every thought. They do not justify every decision. They move in silence, and others follow, trying to understand them. Power lives in what remains unseen. You become the shadow in the room, visible, present, yet impossible to fully grasp. After withdrawal, scarcity, and silent reflection, mystery is the final move, the one that makes them truly notice you, the one that makes dismissing you feel like a mistake they cannot afford. When you stop explaining and start embodying, people lean in, they reconsider, they pursue. You become the question they cannot stop asking. So be selective, be intentional, be the mystery they were never given the answer to. If this opened your eyes, share it with someone who needs to understand the hidden rules of influence. Subscribe to uncover more strategies that the powerful never reveal. The ones who understand power protect it, and they pass it on.